5 artistic rules I break every day. Because fuck you. The reason I break all these rules all the time is actually because of ADHD perfectionism. Perfectionism is not what people think it is. It's not like this great moral quality. It isn't like me trying to do my best all the time because I care so much about the work. It is my brain overcomplicating things and tricking me into thinking that I can't work on my art because there's too many steps. And if I can't do it perfectly, then there's no point in doing it at all. Perfectionism is really just my brain tricking me into being lazy. I have to keep things simple because getting done actually matters. Rule number 1, never use black straight out of the tube. This is traditional painting advice. Some people think that using straight black flattens your work and it kills the color harmony. You're supposed to create a rich black using ultramarine and burnt umber, and it feels kind of more natural. Very respectfully to Bob Ross, the most inspiring painting teacher who has ever lived, no. Just no. I squeeze black out of the tube directly onto my brush like it's fucking toothpaste. You want to really horrify your art teacher? I actually squeeze all the colors out of the tube like they're toothpaste. My paint is pretty cheap and I just keep lots and lots of colors around because it means less mixing of paint, which makes working a lot less tedious and overwhelming for me. The other reason I have them is that I have no idea what my actual needs are, and every time I go to the art store, I always go in thinking I have this great plan of what I need to buy, and as soon as I get in the store, I am immediately intimidated and way overstimulated, and I end up panic buying whatever colors look good to me in the moment. Also, I just like straight black. Like, this is a mood. Nuance, who is she? Rule number 2, always clean your brushes properly. Having your brushes be dirty messes up your colors and it also shortens the brush's lifespan. I think this rule probably assumes that all your brushes didn't come from the Dollar Tree. Brush hygiene is a whole thing. You're supposed to rinse and swirl and soap, massage, and pamper your paintbrushes. I use baby wipes to wipe off the brushes between colors, and when I want to rinse, I take whatever beverage is closest to me, which is always water or sparkling water. I don't think I've ever used coffee, but I wouldn't swear to it. I just take whatever drink I have closest to me and I pour it into a cup and I rinse my brush off that way. And if I don't have a beverage within reach, I spit on them. I do. I said it. By the way, one of my kids made me this really great Mother's Day card. Isn't it cool? I'm getting a little bit distracted. Let me have this. It's Easter themed for some reason. And I asked her what this thing is, and she said, actually, I don't know what that is. I theorize that it's an evil space squid with thousands of teeth that slithers up to you in the grass and attacks your feet. But if you catch it out of the corner of your eye, it can sense somehow that you can see it, and it flops over and pretends to be a large flower. Rule number 3, always gesso your canvas. I don't know what gesso actually is, come to think of it. Is it just lube? Bob Ross famously always covered his canvases with something he called liquid white. I'm old enough to have actually watched Bob Ross on television when those shows were being broadcast. And back in ye old 80s, children, we could not just Google things to figure out what they were. He talked about that liquid white like it was a thing. Literally, he made that up. But gesso is basically just a primer. You have to put the gesso on the canvas so that your colors mix properly and that your paint will adhere to the canvas correctly. You're even supposed to gesso these pre-primed canvases that you buy in the art store. Oh, no. We raw dog the void in these parts, okay? For what did I pay for a pre-primed canvas if I'm gonna sit and rub primer all over it? I don't think my life's gonna be better if I gesso a canvas. Fight me in the comments. I pop this thing open like it's a Lunchable and I get to work. Rule number 4, don't mix different brands of paint. Different brands are made differently and they have different binders and different pigment loads, and mixing 2 different brands of paint can create inconsistencies in your color and texture. But I have ADHD and a coupon that's about to expire, so we're getting whatever paint is on sale. Inconsistency is the nature of my existence. I can't keep track of my things for I have about 7 tubes of vaguely similar red that are scattered around me at all times, and if I'm in the middle of a brushstroke and I run out of one, I drop it and I grab whatever is closest to me. Rule number 5 is use the color wheel for your color choices. I went to art school, believe it or not. I know about the color wheel. It's a basic tool for selecting a color palette. You can select colors that are complementary, colors that are analogous. You need to use this tool so that your work will have visual harmony. Nah, I understand the color wheel, I respect the color wheel, I ignore the color wheel. I just kind of use whatever color makes me feel something in the moment. Most rules exist for a reason, and if I were going for realism in my work, or if I were trying to do something very technical, I might need them. But I'm just over here trying to express myself, and if you try to impose rules on me, I will rebel. And if the purpose of your art is just your own expression, then the only valid question is, does it feel like you? If the answer is yes, then you're doing it right. Does anybody remember back when this channel was about me trying to follow Bob Ross tutorials all the time? If you're still watching this, we are clearly members of the same tribe, and you should subscribe for more chaos. I'm gonna go spit on some brushes now. Bye.